Okay.
That one? Okay, yeah, that's definitely got audio. I'll turn that down a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit bassy, but you can get that going. Alright. Alright, so want to hold the controller just here. Want to make it look like I'm actively playing. What are you pulsing on? Man, it has been so long since I gave Donkey Kong. Wow. Man, it has been so long since I gave Donkey Kong Country a go. Most people aren't happy when they're met with the face of God, so I kinda understand, but you're all on thin ice. Most people aren't happy when they're met with the face of God, so I kinda understand, but you're all on thin ice. I'll do a second take at that, just to be extra safe. Most people aren't happy when they're met with the face of God, so I kind of understand, but you're all on thin ice. Before I go any further, I would just like to throw up this quick disclaimer. This video will contain some spoilers for the story, levels, and some of the boss fights, so if you want to remain unspoiled, please go play the game for yourself. Or, if you choose to continue watching, just know I gave you fair warning that I will be talking about spoilers. The gameplay of Bananza is absolutely
bananas.
This isn't a bad thing, of course. It means younger players don't necessarily have to rely on the assisted mode the game comes with, which is always nice. Donkey Kong Bananza, the second ever 3D action platformer in the Donkey Kong series. Yeah, instead of a brand new 3D Mario game for the launch of a new system, we got a brand new 3D Donkey Kong game being wow. DK isn't the only character who got a redesign in this game. We also saw the return... Wow. I think it's a little odd they're promoting Pauline as much as they are. I like to imagine her trousers being blue with the red shirt is also a subtle reference to Mario, further solidifying my synergy theory, but that's just me. That's not how I say it. Bananza mode is essentially like popping a Mega Mushroom in New Super Mario Bros., making you larger and way stronger, able to punch through tougher... Bananza mode is especially... The Elephant Bananza allows you to inhale chunks of the terrain and help clear out the Finally is the Snake Bananza. This allows you to double jump and build up a charge jump to reach even up. Wow. Alongside the skill point buffs, you can also increase your power by collecting fossils around the level The game makes it very clear what you can and can't do, and if you ever find yourself getting lost, these triangle doors can only be accessed when in Bananza. And taking a rest at one of the getaways that play... Also, while you're at the getaways, you can hear part of the Donkey Kong rap from DK64 playing. It's not the full thing, unfortunately, but the chorus... The lyrics are a little difficult to decipher, always being heavily enunciated to the sound... Always being heavily enunciated to sound consistent with the Konglish language. My favourite tracks being... Once again, the Pro Controller feels great when playing. You can make anything you want as long as it fits within the boundary the game sets for you, and you use different materials and colours. Go up to the word him. To try and find a way. Oh, okay, yep, that's what he's trying to say, okay. They're naturally scared of DK at first, and I don't fucking blame them. If I was there, They're naturally scared of DK at first, and I don't fucking blame them. If I was there... They're naturally scared of DK at first, and I don't fucking blame them. If I was their size and I had this face staring at me, I'd also be shitting bricks. Diddy and Dixie force you to race on Rambi and reward you with a cannon barrel. When we reach the end of the Radiance layer, Pauline is taken from our side for a bit as Void Control... I should say the... That's the word it should say. This last level makes good use of all of your Banawa... Banawa? Wow. This last section was incredibly fun and challenging. Plus, it was plenty of fun being at one. Hey, what's up everyone, it's Sparkster Morgan here. Thank you all so much for watching the Donkey Kong Bananza review outtakes. Like in the Mario Kart World outtakes video, I want to use this little piece at the end of these to talk about a few things on like the schedule, things like I'm working on and, you know, important stuff like that. So first off is what the next game review is going to be. I'm going to be covering a retro game, which is different from what I have been doing for the past 2 games. Going to be looking at the original Super Mario Brothers. I know that's very generic, but I figured it'd be a good place to start and also help my writing get a little bit quicker, help my editing get a little bit quicker so I can get these videos out a little bit faster than I have been, because Jesus Christ, Donkey Kong Bananza took way too goddamn long for what that video actually is. Another thing that's good about covering retro games is it doesn't lock me into only looking at new titles, because as fun as that is to be up to date with everything, Jesus Christ, that gets very expensive very, very quickly, and also I will be locked to only covering those, which I kind of don't want to do. I want to have the option to look at old stuff as well. Another thing that covering retro games will allow me to do is down the line I will be able to look at ROM hacks, and particularly ROM hacks on Super Mario Brothers and the original NES games. That'll be really, really fun to take a look at for just a video or two. Second is somewhat related to the retro review that I'm going to be doing. I have actually sent in my Nintendo 3DS XL to get a capture card installed. What that's going to do is it's going to open up possibilities for games that I wouldn't be able to cover otherwise, because emulation isn't great. I'm not a big fan of using emulation in place of playing on authentic hardware, and the Wii U versions that I do have access to aren't exactly ideal in some cases. Sometimes they're less than ideal to play on them, so it's better off just getting an actual capture card installed on my 3DS, plus it means I can use it for other things as well. Next is a general note about editing the Donkey Kong Bananza video. I feel like I started losing steam with that project around the halfway point, which isn't actually a bad thing since I managed to press through it and get the video to a state I was actually pretty happy with. I typically like to work off of feeling uncomfortable, and if I'm not learning while creating, I kind of get stagnant, which kind of ruins my motivation to actually work on things. Up on screen I'll probably just show like a few projects that I started working on but they lost steam for because I just wasn't motivated. I wasn't really learning anything while doing it. Finally is a note about working with other creators. I am perfectly happy to work with other creators. In fact, I am working with one of my good buddies on a Dead by Daylight video. It's been a lot of fun bouncing ideas off each other and just playing the game in a very non-serious way like we always do. Also, I am going to be getting back into streaming soon. I used to stream a couple of years ago, but I kind of fell off of it because I just wasn't really motivated to, but to make up for the absences between game reviews, it's something I am possibly going to do. Most likely would just be very casual, nothing like overly competitive or serious, just having fun while playing a couple of games, which is just going to be nice. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you all so much for watching the outtakes video. Once again, I hope you enjoyed watching my suffering. And I will see you all in the Super Mario Bros. Review. Have a good one, gamers.